Hello, welcome to Palmerama Reviews, where we look at the wacky, sometimes woeful, but always wonderful world of film. In today's episode, we are looking at the 2017 action epic that is China Salesman. The story, despite the title, is not about a person who goes around selling crockery, but a Chinese IT engineer who's gone to the country on behalf of China to take part in some competition of sorts to win the contract to have the communications for the whole continent. Riveting stuff, doesn't it sound? This should be called Chinese Salesman to be grammatically correct, but in other countries it was actually called Deadly Contract, and when it came out on DVD in the UK, it was actually called Tribal Warfare. Yeah, which is probably the worst title out of the three. And I follow another film reviewer called RedEyeReviews. That's why I've got this t-shirt. He has a series called Karate Korner, where he has done all 57 of Steven Seagal's films. Yes, if you're wondering what those numbers are in the takes, it's usually a number that's to do with the film, something in the film, maybe an actor tied to it, or something I've done during making these episodes. Let's get into it. This is China Salesman. Ready? Let's go. After a lengthy intro credit sequence, which lasts over 2 minutes, great way to start your film. Now we're in the desert, where a voiceover is giving an exposition dump like all good films do.
是逃跑。他变成了领导，没想到今年年初南北双
Oh
方
my god, what was that?
今年年初南北双方
We get Steven Seagal riding a motorcycle. They just superimposed his face onto the helmet. It gets worse the closer it gets. If this is the kind of level of special effects we're in for in this film, this is going to be hilarious.
这个。唯一遗憾的是，
I'm guessing he's the villain of the film. I mean, the only way to make him look more evil is by putting devil horns on him. Yeah, that'll do. Very useful subtitle there. So they're supposed to be showcasing telecommunications technology, but the office looks like it hasn't been used in years. How are they gonna... It's an underdog story. Dude, you could have at least used a cup. Ugh. Seagal's character is called Lauder and is a mercenary and an arms dealer apparently. If you're wondering why the aesthetic seems more Arabic than African, or what you perceive it to be, is because on the front of CH's office it says it's located in Saguenay. And Saguenay is a tiny little village in Mauritania. Its full name is the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. So they speak Arabic and they practice Islam. As Islam is the main religion, alcohol is prohibited, which is why Seagal is trading weapons for alcohol. He has a speakeasy! Seagal's speakeasy. Yeah, I think that would work. Did you need to know all that? Probably not. But I aim to educate as well as entertain. I mean, I might get picked up by the BBC. You never know. Coming up next on BBC Two, Palmerama gives us another hilarious review of his. This time, he's looking at the action epic starring Mike Tyson and Steven Seagal, China Salesman. Also, if you're like me, you'll get really annoyed that they never actually tell you whereabouts in Africa they are. We have our antagonist and his lady friend doing something. Probably scheming, no doubt.
Susanna, I have a spare car you can use.
Thank you, Michael. But you know, there are certain lines we'd better not cross.
Ouch! Shot down there, Michael.
Okay, I take it back.
Can't use the car now. Walk, bitch.
哎，怎么不跟公司说一下，把这卫星电话给？
Wait, they gave you satellite phones, but not the ability to use them. Your company must think very highly of you.
如果这回中标了，可以和公司申请。
中了标，移动网络都有了。
Have no internet, then how are you supposed to use those computers for communication?
必备品，偶尔可以解个闷。
这都什么年代了？
That's what I want to know. Africa has had internet since 1998 and Mauritania got it in 2002. So I want to know when this is set. And we never find out. I do not want to go through another film where we don't find out anything. Back to Seagal's speakeasy and people are having meetings. There's Mike Tyson. He plays Cabal, a mercenary warlord. They talk about the Montolo people, who apparently lost their land 200 years ago. They're not real, but they're the main drive for Tyson's character.
Merci.
Ooh, ominous cufflinks there. And quite snazzy too.
Our people are not extinct. We're now spread all over Africa.
Are you trying to do an accent there, Mike?
For sure I can recover our nation, but I need your help.
Wow, you can definitely tell that's dubbed. First, Seagal's superimposed and Tyson's ADR. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this film. We then come back to Yan Zhan, who's the Chinese salesman, or China Salesman, and his co-worker, who I don't think we've been given a name for yet, or at any point in the film. Their conversation is basically an exposition dump. The French woman is called Susanna, and she's one of the main people who's going to choose which company gets the contract, and as she's French, they feel they're going to be at a disadvantage. Riveting stuff, I know. Back to Seagal's speakeasy, and the man is back.
On the house, gentlemen.
Thanks.
I don't drink. All right.
Good on you, Cabal. Stick to your principles. Seagal doesn't care about your principles, though, and gets the barman to pee in his drink.
No alcohol? Then drink this.
That's not a wise thing to do. Told ya.
I must say, I appreciate the offer, my friend, but a rule's a rule. I do not drink.
At least he's polite. Yeah! Tyson's punch is so powerful, the man flies across the room. Now it's Goons versus Tyson. Just FYI, I will probably go backwards and forwards calling him Cabal or Tyson. Same with Seagal and Lauder. Tyson's punch is so powerful, it makes the man fly across the table. The alcohol probably helped make it slippery. Yeah, all the glasses need to be smashed. Yes! Tyson must have picked up a superstar from Mario, and now he's Super Tyson. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie.
How you doing, sweetheart? Everything good? Happy?
What did he just say?
How you doing, sweetheart? Everything good? Happy?
I thought you did everything good, happy? No, I'm not. Stop speaking nonsense.
How you doing, sweetheart? Everything good? Happy?
Seagal doesn't do a second take in any of his films. So what you get is what you get. Ooh, the showdown has started. Also, I have to highlight this punch to Seagal's face. It's clearly been added in afterwards, and he's in front of a green screen. Because it's also used again for this punch. See? Ooh, that looked like it stung. Tyson gets over a table and hulks out again. We are not going to ignore that. Love the fact they added a bonk sound effect. Mwah, superb. Yeah, go Tyson.
Motherfucker, you drink piss.
That is the only fight Steven Seagal has lost in his entire film career. Oh yeah. He got beaten by Machete in Machete, but he kills himself. So Seagal still beat himself. There is also a theory going around that the ending to that fight was filmed after Steven Seagal had finished filming his part, because obviously it's the stuntman replacing him, but he would have refused to do it otherwise, so they probably added it after he left, which wouldn't surprise me. That was sadly the best part of the film, and we're not even 15 minutes into this hour and 15-minute film. Oh. After that exciting scene, we then get this riveting one when the China Salesman and his partner face off with their European counterparts and try to discuss which form of communication is best for the country.
10 days ago, ITU released a report predicting that 3G digital communications will take over the world.
This is where I begin to question what year this film is set in.
But I'm not sure about the product's stability and its completeness.
3G stability? 3G was introduced way back in 2001 and was worldwide by 2008. That being said, 2G was still being used as the main connection type for the 774 million mobile phones that were used in the continent of Africa. It's only recently that 3G has been overtaking it. Yeah, with a scene that enthralling, your mind would wander as well. Though I am now more well versed in African telecommunication technology. Never thought that would be something I'd ever say. But here we are. Coming up this evening on BBC One. The One Show starts us off at 7, and then at 7:30, Palmerama once again entertains us with his review and take on the action film China Salesman. That's all to come tonight on BBC One.
The time of the bidding remains the same, at 8 a.m. on July 31st.
Whenever that is, in relation to what day, month, heck, what year it is.
This is the jammer you wanted. And best of all, it is absolutely untraceable.
Yeah, we can put a blanket over it, maybe put some flowers on top of it. No one will know it's there. We see the equipment that Jan needed arrive and he begins to set it up, all while under the surveillance of Cabal. Tyson's character, if you've forgotten his name. Apparently, the equipment isn't certified, but Yan Zhan's got a plan to get around that.
我要拿下这里的合同，就是他了。
Oh, Yan Zhan, you crafty bugger, you. Well, I'm sure that won't come back to bite him in the behind. We now cut to Seagal's office, where instead of pictures of family or loved ones, it's just pictures of himself. Because of course he does. Though that picture of him as a sniper could be referring to his film Sniper Special Ops, where apparently he barely moves in it, and it's caused a lot of people to refer to it as Sniper Sitting Ops. I may have to look at that one for my next Steven Seagal film. We'll see.
How are you, sweetheart?
Great.
Ooh, a little bit.
Well, that was incredibly uncomfortable and pointless. Apparently, Seagal has it in his contract where he has to either have sex with a woman in a film or be able to touch her freely without any form of consequence. That's both very disgusting and disturbing in equal measure. And there's a reason why his modern films aren't produced or filmed in the United States anymore for stuff like that. Though this is a piece of trivia, so I have to say allegedly. We're now in the desert where Yan Zhan and Susanna are checking the towers.
Whoever needs to initiate the relay tower system will need my fingerprint for access.
Thank you for that piece of insightful information. No doubt it'll come in handy later. Why did you do that? Seems very irresponsible of you. Turns out it is, as he needs her fingerprint and she's just wandered off to admire the scenery. Which is very nice. Ooh, what has she seen? Something it seems Zhan Zhan can't see, despite the fact him having a massive height difference being on that tower. Okay, that doesn't look good. Zhan arrives, but not before putting his jacket on and finding out what's going on.
Don't cry.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to turn into one big misunderstanding. Somehow, all these women aren't able to stop them. And then Susanna magically appears in the car. Again, 6 women can't hold one man back. God, this film does not paint women very well. Wow, they are really pissed at you guys. You know, as this is playing out, I keep thinking that you're here to give telecommunications to these people. This is really bad customer service.
Get over here!
After 25 seconds of failed excitement in this chase, Susanna reaches the road. Damn it, who gave me the clumsy horse? Back at the village and things don't look good for Jean. Meanwhile, Susanna reaches the House of Mercy Hospital.
Hurry, help her. She's bleeding.
It's an injury caused by an excision. She'll be alright.
What?
You should know that because you were there and I thought that was the reason why you were yelling at them. Oh, blimey, the horsemen are here.
Daddy's here.
Ah, her dad's here, so it was just a misunderstanding. Hopefully somebody tells him that.
Should be fine. Didi, she's okay.
And they do! Whew!
I'm a Said, Sheikh of Wooden Tribe.
We have different religions and customs.
Though, we misunderstood each other.
I would like to thank you for your kindness.
Yep, it's all been sorted. Yan Zhan will be back there in the morning. Okay, she can go now. Next scene, please. Zhang gets picked up by his tech partner. Turns out he got drunk.
坦族的战士以勇武善战和好饮奔放闻名于世。你一个人喝了一坛子的结果你了。
Yeah, I think he learnt his lesson. Plus, the hangover is going to be immense.
阿萨伊送你的礼，椰枣酒。
Yeah, I've had date wine, and his reaction makes complete sense. Susanna gets the photos sent to her, and ooh, Yan Zhan is in trouble now. What repercussions will he have? Well, we'll have to wait, it seems, as we've got another scene.
Mr. Duchamp.
Don't worry, the police have been paid off.
Okay.
Could you try to make yourself look any more evil? Hey, Michael, wanna kick a puppy and eat a kitten?
Okay.
What DH is doing is unethical and goes against basic business principle.
And what ramifications might happen with those photos?
Without competition, it's impossible to get the best products for the best price. Let's forget about these pictures.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Making all those scenes completely pointless.
Hello? I want to buy some goat's milk.
Short, sweet scene. Again, will it pay off? Oh, super zoom to the action-packed board meeting. Yay.
Is not only a sign of affirmation as well as hope for the future of this country that has just endured suffering and hardship, but it's also an honor. The last two companies that are entering the final phase are MTM Telecom and DH Telecom.
Huh? What? Come again?
Mr. Elephant, is your nose itchy again?
Miss Cobra, I just sneezed.
Ooh, that woke me up. Looks like the jammer's on. Michael gets an email from Outlook Mail. Again, this is what makes the time of the setting of this film even more confusing. He is using a laptop which is clearly using Windows 10, which came out in 2015. Why do I keep focusing on these things? Because the film is so boring! Luckily, Yan Zhan foresaw this and has a backup prepared, making the climax yet again pointless.
Mrs. Susanna, in addition to the giving frequencies, we also have a backup. No one can jump this.
Boom! Mic drop for Yan Zhan. Oh yeah. However, the police are here.
Yan Zhan, you have violated the laws of our country and are hereby under arrest.
Ah, this is where the goat's milk comes in, thwarting another attempt at them trying to make them lose the contract. Smart thinking, Yan Zhan.
It's goat's milk! Goat's milk! Goat's milk! I said I didn't know you could have it in there! I said I was set up!
Finally, something happens. Cabal and his men come in, and they don't mess around. Yeah, seems that when soldiers are shooting a table, the sensible thing would be to be crawling under said table. Well, turns out they didn't need the jammer after all. As the soldiers continue to shoot up anything with wires and flashing lights on it, Cabal explains his actions.
The new leader of the South, Vice President Toga, was killed.
I think it's very hard to understand him sometimes with whatever accent he's trying to do.
And we must avenge him, blood for blood.
Huh. Blood for blood. Huh. got it. Cabal drags Michael into the gent so they can discuss their plan. With some bad ADR, of course.
Mr. Duchamp, is the news you got reliable?
Basically, they want to destabilise the country by disabling the communications and stopping any peace talks happening between the North and the South. Oop, looks like someone overheard. No, never mind. Cabal and his men leave to cause some more chaos. Then another tank bursts through the building.
This is Issam, the captain of Presidential Guards.
So, from what I could gather, or continue to pay attention to, this film is so boring. And the accents can be quite hard to understand, so make sure you watch it when you can have subtitles. Communications are out and need to be fixed before the leader of the South has the peace talks with the president of the North.
Who are willing to help, please stay. Otherwise, we will escort you to a safe area.
I like how the majority of them are like, screw this. But the honourable China Salesman stays behind and has an idea.
Maybe there is another solution, regardless of the gunfire.
Who are you?
The China Salesman.
China Salesman?
The China Salesman. He has an idea to reconnect wires, reroute things, and put them in other things. And we get to watch all of it as well, of course. Though they had to use some of the European technology. I point this out because it will be important later. To an extent. Did I forget to mention that this film is an hour and 50 minutes long? Because at times it really feels like it. While getting his massacre on, Cabal answers his phone.
Hello.
Brilliant. Oh, Mike Tyson, you are the best thing about this film. It's Michael telling him to blow up the towers, which Yan now needs to fix.
I'll go. I'm happy to do what I can for this country.
Oop. Looks like they're on another mission together. There's then more arguing about the contracts. I don't care. They get taken to the first tower where Cabal is also on his way.
You and your company still want to be a respectable player in the business? I keep dreaming.
Oh my god, what is your problem with him? You're starting to seem okay with him, dare I say, like him, but then all of a sudden you just start insulting him again. Before anything could be resolved though, Cabal attacks.
Fire!
Despite all this action going on, it really doesn't come off exciting. It really just falls flat most of the time. Cabal's men leave because more troops turn up, so Yan can now fix the tower.
Be careful.
Now you care about him again? What is your angle, Susanna? With the first tower completed, they then move on to the second one, which is in the Southern Territory, and they don't get a warm welcome. After they've run for cover, they need to find a way to reassure the Southern Army that they're no threat.
Do we have anything with the UN symbol on it?
Now that is a good idea, Susanna. Do we have any flags like that in the truck? No. But they have the next best thing.
I got this. Chinese flag.
Chinese flag?
Yup, the Chinese flag. Remember, this film was funded by the Chinese government. In order to prove its effectiveness, Yan needs to do what needs to be done. Well, that didn't work. But Susanna is still on helping Yan mode, so she throws him a makeshift flagpole.
Fire!
Oh no! Yan's out in the open. Do we need to have super slow-mo to make it more dramatic? Is Yan okay? Yes, he's fine, and I love the change in key to make the music more prophetic. The propaganda is high in this film now.
China! Ni hao! Ni hao! Ni hao! Hello!
Second tower is done, so just the third to go.
Vincent. Thank you.
Pfft, rude. Sadly, the third tower gets blown up. They decide to look around and see if they can salvage anything.
Excuse me, ladies. Can I please talk to you? Is this your goat?
Madam.
Why did you pick up the goat? Stop picking up things that don't belong to you. Turns out, while troops were lying in wait and ambushed them. Here we have another action shooting scene that doesn't really pack any punch. Lots of explosions to grab our attention, but the camera's so shaky it gives you a headache. And it's so dusty you can't tell which soldiers are getting shot. Oh, ow, oh, ow, ow, son of a, oh, ow, oh, damn it, ow, son of a, oh. Well done to that stuntman. That looks very, very painful and really hard to control. I really hope he was okay after they finished shooting. Yan Zhang goes into hero mode and rescues Susanna and some local women in the truck. Amazingly, despite all the bullets flying, they seem to miss every single one of them. Except this lady. The captain is somehow still alive, or alive long enough to be able to throw a grenade into the tank and knock out Cabal. I do love how it took a grenade to knock out Tyson. The soldiers catch up to them and knock out Susanna, though Yan Zhang goes into hero mode once again. Though not for very long. The local women thank Yan Zhang for saving their life by saving his life. Oh, and the goat's okay too, if you were wondering what happened to it. After narrowly escaping Cabal, Susanna and Yan Zhang get into the truck, but they're stuck now there due to a sandstorm. This gives them time to talk.
Thank you for saving my life. We have to get lines reconnected.
It's simply not possible.
You must find a way. I know you can.
Okay, so we've switched the roles of these two now, where Susanna is now the positive one. This is actually a good move narratively and actually shows her growth as a character, because she's been paired with the ever optimistic Yan Zhang for so long. Now it's her turn to keep that positive energy up and get him to be able to keep going. It worked instantly as they come up with a plan.
There is a possibility that the sandstorm may cause an unusual disturbance in the ionosphere. This may increase the transmission distance of the signals to make up the 20 kilometers difference.
I hope you got all that, because I'm not repeating it. If there is a way to make this plot sound tense and interesting, they really haven't found it.
Hey, take this. Like a charm.
I have to say, the relationship between Susanna and Yan Zhang is probably one of my favourite things about this film. At first, they didn't like each other, but had to work together. And over time, and after what they've been through, I feel that they've grown to respect each other. And, dare I say, like each other? And then Cabal appears. Oh, damn, that doesn't look good. And I'm not just talking about the special effects. Speaking of which... No! Yan Zhang! A UN helicopter appears and we have Tyson on green screen with some awesome effects. Well, I wonder if that's the last we'll see of Cabal. It won't be, don't worry. And Yan Zhang is okay! Nah, you know, I can see them together. As long as he survives, that is.
We're UN peacekeepers. We can't get involved in the war.
God, the dubbing in this film is awful. You can't help them with the war, but you can help them fix the communication. Be of some use. You're supposed to be the UN. Thankfully, that's what they do, and Yan Zhang is somehow able to turn the helicopter into a mobile tower. Quite clever, that China Salesman. The connection is restored and the South and the North are able to speak to each other.
President Barrow, let's work together.
Again, your decision has saved our country.
Whichever country that is, because Africa is a continent. People start celebrating as there's peace. Apart from Michael, of course.
We made it.
Yeah.
Aww. Despite all the celebrating, beating the bad guys, achieving peace, there's still half an hour left of this film.
These courageous China Salesman.
Oh God, even after all this, they still can't call him by his actual name. If you care to know, DH, the Chinese company, if you've forgotten, has won the contract.
China DH Telecom.
Ah, look at Susanna smiling at her China Salesman. I am shipping those two so hard. Then suddenly Michael arrives, ruining the party.
I'm Tony Harwell. I'm MTM Telecom's attorney. My client has filed a lawsuit.
Oh yes, just to add to the villainy of the West, I am the most British of British person, to add to the gallantry of China. Quite. Michael shows the media the fact that DH used MTM technology to help set up the communications. You bastard, Michael. We were so close to the end of the film. Now, because of you, there's still 25 minutes left. I hate you so much, you French... I've never hated a villain so much. What follows next is just more dreary padding that goes nowhere and does nothing. We do get some more bad ADR.
The enhancement program, as you said.
It is not here yet.
Get it as soon as you can.
That never gets old. Plus, Susanna is sticking up for her man.
Yan was the hero who saved the country. You have the power to stop the lawsuit submitted by MTM.
I can't.
Very helpful, Mr. President. A forlorn-looking Yan Jan walks down an alleyway at midnight and is attacked by ninjas wearing suits? Seagal turns up on his motorbike. See, that's definitely Seagal doing all that. Yan Jan wakes up in the abode of Sheikh Assad, the leader of the warriors. That night, Assad's abode gets attacked by the suit-wearing ninjas again. Yan Jan's fighting skills are once again rubbish, and Assad has to kick ass instead. No, until he's shot by Michael, that is. And then Michael takes what he thinks is the code that Yan Jan's been working on. Oh dear, someone's lost a fancy cufflink. So Yan Jan has the source code for the communications technology that he plans on making public if you really wanted to know. I just want this film over. Yan Jan escapes into the desert and somehow can still get signal to call Susanna.
Is it really you?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's you.
Oh, she really does care for him. What? This is the only thing I'm invested in this film. Yan Jan's co-worker, still don't know what her name is, rings louder for help, but no time for that now. We're now in a quarry? Well, Mike Tyson is in the studio somewhere, but you get what I mean.
Son of a bitch, what are you trying to do? Kill me?
What can I say about that?
Hey!
Shut up! That's brilliant. Hey! Shut up! So, Cabal is in a quarry prison type thing, and Michael shows up to offer him one last job. We now cut to a ship. Seems the last 20 minutes is zooming by. Why couldn't the rest of the film have had this pace? Please keep it up for the last 20 minutes. Please keep it up. Where did he get that photo? Who took it? And he's never worn that outfit in the entire film. So obviously that guy told Michael, and then they go to Yan Jan's room and get him to talk. Well, type. Cabal takes Yan Jan outside to make him sleep with the fishes. As Yan Jan is trying to hold on for his life, he's also trying to convince Cabal that it was Michael that killed the Sheikh Assad. That's how I felt after watching this film for the first time. Remember, I watched these films at least twice. Once the first initial viewing, making some notes, then watching it again to write the script. Oh God, then I've got to watch it a third time when editing all this. And you guys wonder why it takes me so long to make a video. I need the breaks, man. Yan Jan has proof that Michael did it.
Right here! This is his body!
Oh, that pin's come in handy again.
Where is the Chinese guy? He jumped.
He tells him he jumped, but did he save him or not? Of course he did. Now Mike Tyson's a good guy as well.
追杀岩剑是吧？我他妈有1000多个理由追杀岩剑。
Hey, why don't you guys speak English?
Apparently, the reason why he says that is because Seagal forgot his line, so just said it. And like I said, Seagal doesn't do a second take. Also, that's the last time you see him in the film. Yep, well, that's your top-billed star, ladies and gentlemen, where a significant number of secondary characters are in the film for longer than he is. Yan Jan is now at the main office for communications, which is situated somewhere, I don't know, I don't care, we're nearly at the end.
The authorization is en route. Can I sign for it?
Susanna.
Yay, they're reunited.
Here is the authorization letter from our board.
Oh my god, that dubbing is awful. And also, it's completely different to the voice he had earlier in the film.
Is he safe? Where is Yan Jian?
Sometime later, Cabal and Michael enter the conference room where I hope the end of the film will happen. Cabal is setting up bombs but making them much smaller than originally planned, so instead of killing lots of people, it's just going to be some collateral damage. He's such a good guy now, isn't he? The conference starts and the speaker starts bigging up Yan Jan.
I believe that this young man will be the next leader of the telecommunication revolution.
Who else could it be?
If you buy a house, but someone else held the keys and had the power to change the keys, that would feel more like a hotel than a home. On the screen, you'll see the source code of DH Telecom's 3G program.
That doesn't look like a source code. That looks like a screensaver for an estate agent. Quick, we're so late!
I'd like to announce the winner.
Oh, thank God, it's what we've all been waiting for.
China, DH Telecom.
Of course it is. Quick! Oh my God, why are there so many stairs?
Let's all welcome Mr. Yan Jian, the great China salesman.
Just Yan Jan will be fine, thank you. He has deserved it.
Blow them all into pieces.
Very soon. Very soon.
Did Tyson get acting lessons from the school of Neil Breen? The bombs go off and Cabal comes in and Yan Jan tries to reason with him, but there's a twist.
Come on! Is this how you repay me?
You get nothing!
Well, that's the explosive end to him.
I have sinned. I am a sinner. I have sinned against the Don tribe. I have sinned against Africa.
Yeah, the accent is awful, but Mike Tyson isn't an actor, and I have to give him props. He's actually really trying in this scene, so fair play to him.
Let go of your hatred.
I have to say, this is probably the best performance I've seen Mike Tyson do in a film, especially as he usually plays himself, and I think that's what I have to give him credit for. He's not playing Mike Tyson in this, he's actually playing a character, and in this scene he puts more effort into it than Steven Seagal does for the whole film. Cabal decides to end it as his punishment, but it's treated as a tragedy. Like, are we supposed to forget the hundreds, if not thousands of people he's killed throughout the film? Yan Jan walks away heartbroken, as if he's failed at something. But Yan Jan, you can't fix everything. You're just a China salesman. Though, as he's walking out, he's arrested. I don't know what for, as the paper's really blurry when you try and zoom in. There's Susanna to stand by her man. This is the end of the film, by the way. Yeah, the camera just pans over their heads with the horizon and the sky fills with text. Yan Jan was arrested for releasing the source code, but was released 2 days later, making it completely pointless, and decided to stay in Africa to help with advancing telecommunications. Did Susanna stay with him? Did she stand by her man to help him with the communications? My heart says yes. Yes, she does. And that was China Salesman. Thank God it's over. Remember it said it's based on a true story? Yeah, that is a load of bollocks. Just more Chinese propaganda. While it does have some highlights, such as the bad dubbing, the bad effects, the awkward acting and dialogue, and Tyson versus Seagal is definitely the highlight of the film. But that's right at the beginning, and then you have to slog through everything else, and the story is so boring. Obviously, apart from the fight, the best thing was the love story between Yan Zhan and Susanna, which really caught my heart. I wouldn't really recommend this film. It's not so bad, it's good. Like I said, it's such a boring film. I can't stress that enough. It's an hour and 50 minutes long, and you can feel it sapping you away. If you are going to watch it with friends, with alcohol. Lots and lots of alcohol. Thank you once again to Red Eye Reviews and his Karate Korner for me finding this film. And I have watched all of his videos on Steven Seagal films, and I haven't watched the films myself. There's so many bad things I've heard about modern Steven Seagal films, so I'm definitely going to review another one in the future. Until then though, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye everybody, bye bye.